crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now they try the right side here. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Big zone. Check. Check. Go.
To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his sixth touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Just like that.
Ready, go! Now Martinez on first and 10. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. 10 Tucson. 2 to Mike.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fournette running right. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Come on, let's go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Go. Light 42, light 42. I got you, punk. Light.
To throw on third down. Martinez. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Yes! That's me. 42 the mic, boys. 42. Charlie, we got to get the ball.
On 1st and 10, Martinez. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Ready. 15 lining. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll toss it to Fournette. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Back to throw. Martinez. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 62 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That second down play nets a -4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On third down, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Ravens 14, Seahawks 3.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man is QT, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Martinez. That's out to his running back, Fournette. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Martinez off the play fake. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
To throw is Martinez, operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Martinez from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Back to throw. Martinez looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Second and 13. Jackson flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Let's go. You tighten up. Hey, check right. Watching you five. Got one. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Red 60 Pittsburgh. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down.
Fournette on the counter. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
Now, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Martinez now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Steps away to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Martinez from the gun, he'll throw. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. From the gun, it's Jackson rolling to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Crunch. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check. Lucky. Check 99, check 99. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 50, check 50.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd and long. Martinez. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here we go.
33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Come on.
Play action. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety creeping.
Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Delta. 3 down. 3 down.
Here's Martinez to throw on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed.
They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Martinez, operating from the gun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking to throw. Martinez. Complete to Dorsett. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On third down, Fournette. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Martinez looking to throw on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39.
Martinez now. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Sponge! No! Blue dart Quarkers! Exit! Let's go!
Back to throw. Martinez. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. 23 yards on the play. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Martinez operating from the gun. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.